Hi there, it's Snoopy from Snoopy's Homemade Fun. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I've got a sweet little project that I found on Split Coast Stampers. It's a personal pocket tissue holder, and you can see a little pocket in there. I'm making it with house mouse images for House Mouse and Friends Monday Challenge. I'm using the Joanna Sheen CD, and I've printed out this sheet here, and it's perfect because it comes with two of this size, which is exactly the right size for this pocket tissue holder, and it only calls for a half a sheet of cardstock. And my 8x8 design paper only gets half used making one of these. So you can make two of these projects from one piece of cardstock and one piece of 8x8 designer paper. The bigger one you could use to make a matching card if you want, or tags if you want. I'm just going to use one of these here. To start, you need to get a piece of cardstock, and you need to cut it to 11 by 4 1/4. Then you are going to score it at 1/2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, and 6 1/2 inch. And what's going to happen is you're going to take it and it's going to fold up like this and become your tissue holder. Now, the measurements that they had on Split Coast would have these papers, the top paper filling the whole back. There's a little reveal on the top and bottom here and on the top and bottom here. But I wanted to have a little reveal all around. So I've changed the measurements a little, and I'll go ahead and give you them now. For your designer paper, for that front little lip, you're going to need a piece that measures 3/4 by 3 3/4. The second piece that goes on the top is 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. And then the one that goes on the back, which is this one, is 3 1/8 by 3 3/4. And that will give you that little reveal all around. I've also cut out my image, and I did not keep the orange border just because it was so bright. Okay, let's get started with this. First, before I do anything, I want to go ahead and ink the edges of this with Tim Holtz Distress Ink. This is Spun Sugar, and I'm just using a little dauber here and just very gently getting the edges. That'll take the stark edge off and help it to blend in with the pink just a little bit better. I think it gives it a nicer look when you do this, and it really doesn't take much effort at all. You could also use a contrasting color if you wanted. You could use orange or purple or any of the other colors that are in the image, or you could just use gray if you just wanted to have it, you know, have like a little silhouette around it. Okay, that part's done. Now for the build, and this is what you have to remember. This is going to be your front, this is going to be your top, and then when you flip it over, this is going to be the backing. So as long as you keep that straight when you're putting your pieces on, you'll be okay. Let's see if I can get it done. Bringing out the big gun here, the ATG gun. And following my own pattern. This is the front. And this one is going to be the top right here with a nice little reveal all around. There will be a complete list of dimensions as well as all of the things that you need in the description below. So don't worry about having to take notes or keep track of anything. I will also have a playlist that's for anything but a card. So anytime I do a project like this, you'll be able to look it up so it won't be lost amidst the cards that I'm going to be doing. And this is the final piece for the backing. And this one goes up here. And then when we fold it all, you can see it'll have a nice little reveal all the way around. But first, we need to cut a hole for our tissue to go through. And to do that, I'm going to take, these are Stampin' Up! Punches. This is the 1 3/4 by 7/8 oval punch. I think it's called the large oval punch. I'm just going to punch one out, and then while I'm at it, I'm going to take the scalloped oval punch, and I'm going to go, actually, should have done that a little more to the center so I had room to do the other thing. This is real, people. No fancy schmancy stuff here. Just real crafting. Okay, this is what's going to give me the delicate little border that's going to go around the opening once I make it. Okay. We do not need this. This I'm going to use to help me place my oval. So I'm going to go ahead and center this where I want the opening to be. That looks pretty good. And then I'm going to use that. I'm folding this just so I can get in there. So I know exactly where to punch. I'm just going to punch the whole thing out. And now I have my little opening. And I'm going to use some two-way glue on this. Come on. And I'm going to put that all around. There we go. Now it's awake. Now if you use this while it's blue, it's permanent. If you let it dry clear and then use it, it becomes like Post-it. So it's really handy to have around. Oops, I'm sorry if my head got in the shot there. Okay, now we need to get our tissues and make sure that they open on the top. That's the only thing. I started using my Snoopy tissues and realized they didn't. I got a whole pack of these at Walmart, pretty cheap. So you're going to use your tissues. We're going to put some adhesive on here. I find that this ATG adhesive is strong enough. You can use tear tape, you can use whatever you think makes you feel comfortable. There's not going to be a whole lot of pressure on this, so I think it'll be okay. And the one that I've made so far looks fine. And then, make sure you can see this. I'm going to hold it like this and then fold it up. Get that revealed the way I want it. Take the tissues out and just press it down really well. And put adhesive on the back of this. Image, and we are done. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.